I think planted in your head the idea of maybe playing Zelda in a movie.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna be a real thing.
Oh no!
I'm going to need you to sit down for this. Hunter Schafer is not Zelda in the upcoming film. Rihanna is still Smurfette. Social media has been freaking out about this. Hunter, not Rihanna. Because unlike when the Minecraft bee was trans, this involves real people. And because it's about real people and a real job and not fictional headcanons, whether or not Hunter Schafer plays Zelda is a binary thing, as she either is or she isn't, which has people double upset about their headcanon being shattered. I don't care about celebrities or film casting, to be honest. I don't know these people. But I have noticed a lot of attempted memory holing, denials that anyone is even upset about this. But make no mistake, they are. They're crying, and we're gonna look at them today. We're gonna watch them cry.
Why? Why? What is happening right now? I swear to every fucking day.
Hey, I wonder what Grade A Under A was up to these days.
Your bomb-making, naked paedophile friends from the KKK!
Do you know what happened the other day? I went online and I saw this, that Hunter Schafer is reportedly being eyed to play Princess Zelda in the live-action Legend of Zelda film. And I was like, cool, because, yeah, she looks exactly like Princess Zelda. Look at it, she doesn't even look human.
Damn, just say she's not your type.
She looks like she's come out of a Legend of Zelda game. I was like, that's cool, that's gonna be pretty awesome. No one's gonna be bitching, no one's gonna be upset. Oh, sweet, sweet summer child, you fucking idiot. Of course they are. Of course they are. These baboons are so sensitive. Sensitive. Why? What is happening right now? Sensitive. Fucking idiot. So, I swear. Sensitive. Fucking day. They cry and they moan about how the actors who are cast to play the characters in the live-action adaptations of the video games that they've never played don't look like the characters in the said games that they've never played. And then when this happens, that's still not enough. Because it's not about looking like the character. It's never been about looking like the character. Okay, fine. No, you're right. You are right. You want to cast someone who is biologically the same as Princess Zelda? You go to fucking Hyrule yourself and find them. You go and you find yourself a fictional creature to play her. You do that. Go do it.
Okay, so we're gonna hear this a lot, especially when we get to the people responding to the actual Zelda casting when it was announced. But Hunter Schafer is not a perfect Zelda lookalike just because of one controlled, well-lit picture where she looks like an elf. She's a model, and to be really real, she's also trans, so even more so than usual, she has to be very careful about angles and wardrobes and lighting if she's trying to look as close to a woman as possible. That's not even a dig on her, it's just an unfortunate reality of being a trans woman. Testosterone is powerful, and that Y chromosome affects you from before you're even born, so it's much harder to pass as a woman when you're physically male rather than the other way around, which can also be hard. Even in some well-controlled shots, she looks like this. And a film is going to involve her moving around and sometimes not being in perfect soft lighting. On top of that, looks also aren't where you begin and end your search for an actor, or they shouldn't be. Girl Gay Dot has a real great face for Wonder Woman, but her acting saps the fun right out of it, I'm sorry.
Kalel, no!
Cast a muscle mummy too on that note, she's meant to be an Amazonian. Anyway, the other part of this guy's gripe is that people are super upset about her not being biologically female and therefore not a match to the real Princess Zelda, and to be honest, I have seen that take around. Sometimes it comes with the context of males, trans or not, taking women's places in sports and award shows, which is more understandable as a source of outrage. However, even when that is the context for someone's objection, and they're not just saying it out of the blue, I don't think that applies to acting. Not award shows for acting, just acting. Grade B under B here is correct. There was nothing wrong with Apu's voice or Khan's voice, nothing inherently wrong with men playing women in the theatre. Part of the point of acting is that you get to embody a character that isn't you. If you fit the role, you fit the role. Trying to make it a one-to-one demographic match just for the sake of it is stupid. Even caring about the demographics matching, unless there's truly, genuinely some systemic prejudice at play, barring a whole entire group from accessing the acting industry, it's pointless. It's not lost on me either that most of the people objecting here are generally of the same camp as those who, rightly, point out that objecting to non-white characters being voiced by white people is daft too. These specific individuals might not feel that way though, so I'm not going to put words in their mouth outright.
The way I know that none of you guys know shit about Zelda. I bet you that until this announcement, you guys thought that this was Zelda. Deadass, you guys thought this was Zelda. Now you're gonna get on your Zelda high horse like you know anything. If you're mad about that, then you're mad about this too. Done. Let me tell you something, Nicholas Hoult ain't bald. He's not biologically, naturally bald. He's got hair. You're mad about everything. Everything.
Oh, he almost ended that kind of strongly, but no dice. I get it's annoying when the masses swarm your fandom to make inane comments, but they don't have to be fans or know who Zelda and Link even are to be able to comment on a trans woman potentially playing a woman. Let's see the next one.
Dude, I couldn't focus on what you were saying with that thing on your face. I was sick of staring at it.
Why are so many jokes in online queer circles just violence? Again, I do agree with this person. Anyone can play anyone so long as they fit the role. Sometimes demographics do matter a bit. Say, in period pieces where the point is meant to be that you as an audience are being transported to another time, or where one of the character's traits serves a narrative purpose. But not in this case. It'd be a bit weird to have a black Zelda, but Hunter is a closer match than that. What's this one?
You know, it's honestly sad how such a perfect casting decision got thrown out the window and into the garbage because of blatant transphobia and bigotry.
This is a massive stretch. She's pretty much as experienced as the actual actress for Zelda who was picked, so it's not like casting directors are totally avoiding Hunter. And media at the moment is full of box checking that favours trans people, never mind her suitability for the role. Plus, the Zelda film is said to have been cast with young actors in mind. The guy they cast for Link is 16 years old. Do you really want a 26-year-old trans woman cast in the role of his love interest? This 16-year-old boy, this little baby boy? Is that the kind of optics you really want? And those looks, which again, it's always just this one picture and not this one or that one used to make this point, those looks don't give you acting talent. Zelda's actress needs to be able to act, and also be willing to take the role. You have to apply to a job in order to get it. Hunter expressed enthusiasm about being fan cast as Zelda, but that's not the same as her committing to the role and auditioning. And we don't even officially know if she did audition.
Because there's no way you're telling me that Hunter would not have been a perfect Zelda if she got casted in the live action, like, Legend of Zelda movie. Like, come on. Like, here's another picture if y'all don't believe me. Like, she literally looks like Zelda 1-to-1. And y'all don't want her casted as Zelda because she's not biologically a girl at birth. Like, that's so fucking stupid. And last time I checked, Zelda's not even human. She's biologically an elf. But y'all want to argue that a non-biological woman can't play Zelda. That's kind of strange. Mind you, I didn't even know Hunter was trans. Like, she looks so feminine where you couldn't even tell. Like, I literally just found out recently that she's trans. Cause, like, look. And mind you, the targeted, like, age demographic for this movie is probably gonna be, like, 6 to, like, I want to say 13, 14, maybe even 15. Because it's Nintendo, and they're marketed towards video games for kids. So obviously kids are going to be going to see this movie. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, if a little kid watched the movie and saw Hunter as Zelda, I doubt that they would be able to tell that she was trans. Like,
I think you can tell. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But he's right that the kids probably wouldn't notice or care. They're kids. If that's anyone's objection, I've not personally seen it, but it doesn't sound out of the realm of possibility. I'm gonna choose to believe him. I would contest the assertion that most people watching will be kids though. I think the Zelda games hold a special place in the hearts of millennials more so than they do in the hearts of Gen Alpha kiddies, you know? Plus it's not a super kiddie kind of brand, so I don't think it would attract glassy-eyed parents looking to entertain their hyper toddlers for a few hours the way other video game films did.
Chicken jockey!
Yeah, I couldn't even. But to the transphobes, I would actually like to twist y'all's logic against you, because you guys say that Hunter can't play Zelda because she's not biologically a female, but in that case, can she be casted as Link instead? Because the resemblance is still there. Like, she could be casted as either of them and still make it work. Like, she gives both Zelda and Link energy.
I don't want to drag this guy too hard because he looks very young and has clearly been swept up in this kind of tinfoil hat, everything that doesn't go my way is caused by a phobia kind of culture. So don't go and be mean to him. Or anyone in these videos, obviously. You're only allowed to laugh at them on here, with me. Next we have a lady.
The real reason a lot of people, and especially men, don't want Hunter Schafer to play Zelda, even though she looks exactly like her, is because then they would have to actually admit that they find a trans woman attractive. And their defense that she's not biologically a woman, just like she's not biologically an elf, is just a flimsy excuse to hide their own transphobia. Who said that?
For a second, I thought this person was trying to censor their face in the weirdest way I've seen yet. There's no reason to think that all, or even a sizable chunk of people objecting to Hunter playing Zelda is because of some latent attraction, which just makes this smack of childishness. It's that meme again. The only unit of value I understand is sex. How could anyone possibly not like my ally for a particular role that I've decided they should take unless they secretly want to bang them? Clearly, Hitler just wanted nothing more than to score tasty Jewish cake. Most people expressing disgust at trans women in general are very much not attracted to them. I know it is a phenomenon that those who doth protest too loudly sometimes have something to hide, but that doesn't mean any criticism of having X demographic perform Y action means you must just be thirsty for them. A way to ignore any actual commentary. On to the next one.
No disrespect to who they hired for the role of Zelda and Link, but I would have thought they would have hired someone more experienced and ready for a leading role, like Hunter Schafer. What happened there?
They're about as experienced in terms of their filmography sheet. It's not actually a no-brainer, and as much as Hunter has said she was pretty excited back in 2023, we don't know if she even auditioned, and she's never made any official statement about wanting this role. The crew behind the Zelda film has also said they wanted younger actors, but also giving a chance to younger actors who aren't just easy big-name draws is a good thing, I think. And since I don't know anything about how their auditions went or how good they are as actors, I'm just gonna take it on faith that Bo had the right mix of youth and new talent to land it on her own. I don't have any reason to think otherwise. I'm sure she'll do great. Let's see the next one.
Shut your mouth with Tam. Shut your mouth with Tam. Shut your mouth with Tam. Shut your mouth, bitch.
IDGAF. I don't give a fuck. Period.
Well, at least this one isn't violence, it's just kind of petty. I agree though, if we're not casting voices and actors based on aligning exactly with what a character's demographics are when they don't matter, the correct take, that extends to trans people too. I don't really care whether Zelda is trans or not. I'd probably care if, say, a film was made chronicling women's suffrage and a trans woman was cast as Emmeline Pankhurst. That would be a slap in the face because of the current climate around trans activism being pitted against women's rights, but I wouldn't care if they cast a native Polish actress instead of an English woman, so long as nothing about her being Polish meant that she couldn't convincingly portray Pankhurst. A good point in this TikTok, but a bit tainted by cringe.
Hunter Schafer would be a horrible choice for Zelda, but not for the reasons you would think. Here are my 2 reasons I don't want her to play Zelda. Reason number 1, while yes, there are some pictures of Hunter Schafer that do indeed look very much like Zelda, it is only actually one group of images that I have seen that actually look like Zelda. The majority of her pictures really do not look like Zelda at all. I think there are a lot of other actors who look much more like Zelda. For instance, Anya Taylor-Joy. I think she would be a fantastic choice for Zelda. She's already played Peach in the Mario movie, so she has work experience with Nintendo. I don't know if that is a plus or minus for her getting the role of Zelda. I don't know if Nintendo wants the same woman to play 2 of their main princesses, but I do think she would do an amazing job as Zelda, especially after watching a movie like Furiosa, where you can see her more intense side, which Zelda has a very intense side sometimes. And I think she would do an amazing job pulling that off. In contrast to someone like Anya Taylor-Joy, Hunter Schafer just doesn't really look like Zelda across the majority of her photos.
Hey, a nice reasonable one, you love to see it. Yeah, you don't have to rag on Hunter to recognize she just doesn't look as much like Zelda as other people do. Astrid Berges Frisbee. Why did I choose this name? I don't know how to say it. I'm too smooth of brain. This actress from that one Pirates of the Caribbean film, the mermaid, she looks pretty elven. People talk about Hunter like she's the only person alive to ever resemble an elf. She's not, and she doesn't even resemble one most of the time. Let's keep watching, there's a bit more.
Reason number 2 is the controversy around Hunter Schafer's gender. I, for one, will go and see the movie regardless of the casting for the character, but unfortunately there will be a lot of people who, if a trans woman is cast as Zelda, will not go to see the film. I believe Nintendo will choose the safest actors they can for a film about one of their largest IPs. Looking at the Mario movie and their choice of cast for it, such as Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Day, these were all very safe choices with no controversy around the actors, despite Hunter Schafer being heavily fan-casted as Zelda due to several pictures that look very elf-like. I believe Hunter Schafer would be a horrible choice for Zelda and could potentially hurt the film financially. My current favorite choice for Zelda would be Anya Taylor-Joy. I just hope they don't cast Tom Holland as Link.
Well, not to worry, Tom Holland is not Link. I was ready to disagree with this at first. After all, as we've seen, transphobia, or quote-unquote transphobia, is overblown and used as a shield to hide behind. But thinking about more conservative audiences in, say, Japan and elsewhere, he actually has a point. The rest of the world is looking at what's going on in our cultural climate and absolutely pissing themselves laughing, which unfortunately includes the existence of even regular, normal, relatively sane trans people, as well as lunatics speaking for them. The West's idea of what is socially acceptable, and I'm including myself in this, sincerely using she, her for a trans woman, is very different compared to what is acceptable elsewhere in the world. I don't think enough people who are already going to go and see the Zelda film in the West would be so upset to see a trans woman as Zelda that they wouldn't go, but outside the West? Yep, I hadn't thought about that. Good points, Stephen and or David. That's it. That's all the little TikToks we're going to look at today. All in all, it's one of those cases where social media keyboard warriors are getting themselves into a tizzy over literally nothing. If Hunter wasn't trans, or rather, if she wasn't of a group that it's fashionable to white knight for at the moment, this wouldn't be a thing. You wouldn't have any more than a few posts going viral of Hunter looking like a cool elf in that one picture, and when she wasn't cast, there wouldn't have been any noticeable hubbub at all. The same people who cry transphobia over someone not getting a job they may not have even applied for, especially considering she's, not just an actor but also working as a model, she's busy enough, those same people are treating someone differently purely because they are trans. Stick that one in your noodle. Put that in your pocket. Your Barbie pocket. That's all for this video. I will see you next time for the next nothing burger. I hope you're hungry. Anyway, bye!